Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am AstroZerg from YGG Gaming. Today we are doing part 2 of the StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void unit counters. So the first one I want to show you is Banelings versus Zealots. Now, Banelings, just watch. So basically, yes, there was one Zealot left, but 5 Banelings versus 5 Zealots. Banelings are a little cheaper, so you definitely save minerals. Even if you don't necessarily kill all of them, you still do a lot of damage. This is especially good if somebody's has a mass amount of zealots. Instead of just getting zerglings, make a baneling nest and make a good amount of these guys, and they will explode the entire batch. Alright, and then the next one is Ultras versus Immortals. Now, these Ultralisks right here, they have a lot of armor, but versus Immortals are really good against armored. So if you watch, 2 Ultras are destroyed compared to 2 Immortals. The only thing that actually happened is 1 Immortal lost almost 50 health and his shields. So that is a very good counter to Ultras in the late game. And then the next one is having even 3 Archons versus this many Zerglings. So what's going to happen is Archons have splash damage, so Zerglings with a little bit of health aren't really going to do too much. It's not going to take too much to kill them. So you can see the Archons are just going to shred through them, but obviously you need to micro your Archons, otherwise this happens. So that explains the importance of micro, especially with metabolic boost Zerglings. So that's so let me show you it with the micro. So if you back up and try not to let them get a surround on you, it does a little bit more, but it's still not going to do as well as you want it to. So it just goes to show that technically Zerglings are good against Archons, but when it's just Archons, then it's not going to go too well, which is why you want a little bit of meat shield like Zealots. So, the next one would be Corruptors versus Phoenixes. Now, Corruptors have more health than a Phoenix. So what happens is Phoenixes attack a little bit faster, but Corruptors are going to do a lot more damage, and they're going to do it and hit harder. So this is basically the result of Corruptors versus Phoenixes, and keep in mind this is all mainly without micro. I'm not doing anything to move them around and reduce the amount of damage they're taking. So this is the flat rate. In regular games, people are going to be microing and doing something that might change it, but this is just the basic counters to most of the things that you might see in games. So the next thing I want to show you is this is probably, instead of Archons, this is definitely something you can do if you have Colossi. Colossi, at first they didn't do that well against Zerglings, but they got buffed, so now they actually do some damage. So these guys are a good option if somebody's going lane Bane. Just keep in mind you don't want to just have Colossi, because they can get picked off quite easily if you get surrounded by Zerglings. So that is all for part 2. Thank you. I'm AstroZerg from YGG Gaming. See you next time.